Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to Crafts Go Bloom. If you're new here, my name is Krista, and on this channel we talk all about crocheting and plushies and markets and all things crochet plushie market related. I'm glad to have you here. I am sitting on what is now just basically the crochet couch. It's full of all of my works in progress. They are all for a video that you're going to see later though. In today's video, we're going to be looking at everything I crocheted last month. And before we get started, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you guys keep coming back, and I'm definitely trying to grow this channel, and that is a huge help for me, so thank you if you've done that already. So even though this video is everything that I crocheted in the month of April, it's now May 2nd, and I am working very hard this May to get through, and a little bit in April, to get through all of my unfinished projects, like to have zero. To not have them. They're creeping up in places around my house, and so I'm trying to consolidate them to all in one spot and then actually not have any, which feels impossible. So that is what a lot of the top of this bin is. I made two of these sea turtles. Actually, there's a third one hiding in there. I love this sea turtle pattern. It's no-sew, and it takes me a little over an hour to do this one. And then this is the exact same pattern. These are just in two different size yarns. This is Posh mixed with Knotty Ball yarn is what this is called. And then this is all in Bernat. But I loved how the colors turn out on this one, and it kind of makes me think of like a flower and a stem, and then I kind of want to try doing one of those turtles with like a flower shell sometime. Up next, I have a bunch of my sitting animals. I'm not only trying to work through all of my whips, I'm also trying to work through every skein of yarn I have that's just kind of random, or they aren't my favorite yarns, and really like cut down all of the excess yarn that I have. And so I am trying to work my way through all of my Joanne Big Twist plush, and that's what these are. I really like it. It just doesn't come in very many colors, and it is technically a little bit different size than Bernat, which is what I use the most. So when I make something in Big Twist plush, I feel like I have to make the entire project in that yarn, in those colors, and I just don't have enough variety in there. So I have two of my sitting cow. Whoops. I did skip the horns on it just because I was trying to like just zip through these as fast as I could. So these are basically the same thing. I just used brown instead of black for the spots. And then here I did a black one, or I'm sorry, I did a brown cow, but my son said it was funny that the other ones didn't have black hooves, so I did that. But I skipped the spot back here, and there's supposed to be a spot over here. I just skipped those and only did the one over the eye. It still, I think, looks really cute that way, and just gives a different look to the different cows. So it's a little bit of versatility in that one pattern for me. That way I don't have a bunch of the same thing. I live in farm country, and so I genuinely am trying to have like cows that look like different cows so that you could pick out one that looks like what you have on your farm. And I'm also having fun, that one's backwards. I'm trying to go through, again, the Joanne Big Twist plush and use up every single color in a cow. I'm trying to make like a rainbow of cows, and there are 3 shades of purple. So I have all 3 purple shades, and I did spots on the backs of all of these and over the eyes. I think I skipped the spot over the feet just because I could move a little faster, and I was trying to market prep. I also made a couple of my sitting dog pattern, and then this was just a little flower that I made up to put on here, and this is a circular tag. There's a little bit of a different tag that comes with the pattern, but I was like letting my kids choose and then doing different things. And again, I wanted to try and use up the purples. And this brown is the same as that cow. Yeah, these are all Big Twist plush. In effort to get through all of my works in progress, I made 5 mushrooms. I have 3 in this style. There's the other guy. I have fuzzies all over because, you know, that's real life. So I got 3 in this style finished. And last year I sold a ton of these at markets, and then at the end of the year I market prepped, but I only made the hats. So I genuinely have like 15 more of these hats that I need to just make the bodies for. We've only had 1 market so far this season, so I'm going to end up having a whole bunch of these that I won't need to make any more of them for the rest of this year. But I'm trying to get through that basket of stuff, so We're making it happen. And then I made 2 of this pop style mushroom. And I can see it really well with this guy. I'm sorry if it is like super bright over here. Normally I'm filming at night and I'm a little more in control of what everything looks like. But it is daytime as I'm filming this, and there's just a lot of natural light coming in and like making this guy look a little washed out. So there's this pot mushroom, and I made another, and these were 2 where I had like prepped the top and then I just stuck a stitch marker in it, like where you're supposed to change colors. I was just prepping the tops, and so I was able to finish 2 of those the other day. Another thing I was finishing up was an old dino nugget that I had lying around. So this one's supposed to look like a T-Rex dino nugget, and this yarn is discontinued, but it's just perfect in this color. I'm trying to decide what to show you guys next because I have a bunch of new patterns in here. So I'm trying to get through the other things so I can get to the new patterns to show you guys. So here's another cow that I found in there where I just turned all the spots and feet and everything. I just wanted to make it brown and white. And I think these turned out really cute. I really like them in this brown color. Here is a random thing I made. I think I showed you guys a few months ago in a video that I was attempting to make a husky and like German Shepherd pattern. And so that's what this is. This was like my first attempt. I don't love it. I think it looks too much like my cat pattern. So I just went ahead and finished it off though. I still think it's going to be like a cute toy to just have at my market in a bucket full of other things that are about this size, but I'm not settled on it as a pattern just yet. I used up a bunch of scraps and I made my No-So tree frog pattern, and I believe these are all like the medium size, and then this is the little small sized guy. So he's just a few rounds different. And this pattern is like a 4-pack. There's actually 4 sizes of No-So tree frogs. And then you can weigh out your Bernat scraps and see which scraps can make which size. And so you have lots of options with this one. I used some scraps up here and I finished off my little, this is a pattern. It's free on Instagram if you want to find it there. You can also find it on my website. It is called a No-So keychain chicken. And I just made it in a weird color to use up a scrap, and I just didn't put the comb on top of it. But we usually sell these as keychains. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this one, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put a keychain on this one, or just leave it alone and have it in a bucket of like a bunch of other little animals, because those seem to be selling really well when I have like a bunch of little tiny animals. We're a little far into this video to finally say this now, but I forgot at the beginning. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit weird. We all have a cold this week, and so my throat is making my voice sound a little bit weird, but I am actually getting better. Up next, I have this No-So turtle. I love this pattern, and what I was doing was just grabbing my scraps and just color changing whenever I ran out of that particular scrap. So I have a bunch of different looking ones. This is literally just one scrap. Like this was, or I guess the shell part is like one, and then I had some white. But I liked how this one turned out. Like it accidentally color pooled all of the different like things. So it looks like a patchwork turtle shell. But that was just a complete accident. This was just a variegated tan and brown yarn. Here's one with blues, some gray and white. I really like that one. This one was all of my teeny tiny scraps, just to kind of see what would happen. And a little bit far away, it looks sort of like when you see like a sushi roll or a pizza or like different things, but I also kind of think that white accidentally made it look like an eyeball. But I bet you there is a boy out there who would think it was super cool, and my sons think it's awesome. So I'm going to take it to markets and see how it does. And it's one of a kind. No, we'll never make another one like that again. And then we have black and green. And saving my favorite for last, I made one with kind of like bee stripes. And I am debating putting some little wings on this. I just had some black scraps and some yellow scraps, so I thought I'd mix them together. But now I kind of want to make this like a regular thing. This looks fun. I found one more turtle hiding in there with my orange scraps. And then this color in the middle is Bernat Blanket Tweeds. And so it's got like oranges and greens. The greens aren't really picking up in the camera, but they match the turtle body color pretty well. Now, the last thing I have to show you is a bunch of things because I wrote a bunch of new patterns. And you guys haven't seen them yet. So I took my sitting animals and turned them into little, like, this is the sitting boy, and then this is the sitting guy. And technically the little sitting boy pattern is actually not out yet, so I need to get that typed up and ready to go. But this is the sitting guy, and this kind of starts it off. So I wanted to make him taller than the boy, um, because I wanted that extra round in here to get a beard. And I wanted so there's an extra round in like the face, the shirt, and the pants, so I can get more like detail in here. And so I wanted to be able to have a beard option. So this is Posh and Naughty Ball, that's that yarn size. And then I wanted to make one in Bernat to see what that was going to turn out like. So same thing, I just kept the beard on here. But this guy is a pattern pack along with this guy because it's the same thing. I just took the beard round off, and then I used a variegated yarn. These aren't color changes. This is a variegated like green and brown yarn because I wanted him to look like he was in the military. So I gave him little brown boots and used a variegated yarn. And I made this guy first, and then I made the regular guy. And I just wanted to see what this green yarn would look like to give him like a patterned shirt. And then I was kind of wishing that I had done that for the military guy instead. Then up next, I made him into a ninja because he's like looking for a job, and he also needs some hobbies. So he's also in a martial arts class. And I kept this classic and just gave him white shirt, white pants, black belt. But you could do different colors. Like some Taekwondo students wear black uniforms, and then they'd have like a blue belt or something like that. And then, of course, customizable on like hair color and skin color and all the things. And if you're a ninja, it's just that if you have a black belt and you're a ninja, it's hard to see. So I gave him a red belt because I just wanted the contrast. So continuing along those lines, I made a Bigfoot. I think is super cute, and I actually have two of this one. I made this in some Posh-sized yarns as well. It's got some fuzzies on it. Now, Bigfoot comes in a pattern pack with the gorilla. Okay, I'm back. It might not seem like I left you guys, but I had to go get a drink of water so my throat can make it through the end of this video. And we're almost done, though. So, Bigfoot is in a pattern pack with the gorilla that I love, and also with... Whoops, sorry, I hit the camera when I tossed it on the ground. And also with the Yeti. He is very abominable, and that's why I chose these colors. So I really like this one. I'm just not sure which one I want to show you guys next because I'm so excited about these last ones. First up, let's show you this one. I was trying to make different people, and I styled this guy off of some famous pictures I've seen of Jimi Hendrix. And so this is like his headband, and he always had very bright, colorful, like 70s outfits. I don't think that it's conveying that as much as I wanted it to. If I was like holding it up next to the picture I'm talking about, I think that it's pretty obvious. But if you don't know what I'm going for, I think that you could just think that this is kind of a dude. He's just whatever, he's a guy. I am thinking though that this makes me think, this headband in particular makes me think of making a nativity scene with like different shepherds and stuff and coming up with some new animals. So that is on my to-do list. So subscribe if you want to stick around and see that later this year. So here's a Jimi Hendrix kind of modification to the sitting guy. But what I was really doing was actually coming up with this clown. I think that this clown is very cute. Has a little flower so that he can squirt, or she can squirt water when you try to smell the flower. But what I was really trying to do is make this artist. I am super excited about this. This is probably my favorite sitting guy. This is the most complicated pattern I have ever written. And I think it just turned out so well. I'm really, really happy with this guy. And I just think he's super cute. And I love this curly hair technique that I've learned recently. I'm definitely going to be putting that to use a lot. Let's see, he's got a little fuzzy too. It's okay, that was just a happy little fuzzy accident. So he's got his paintbrush, he's got his palette. I'm really pleased with this, and let me know what you think of this one. Let me know if you like this one or not. Now, the very last thing I have is, I actually picked it up because I was really excited and I wanted to show you guys at the very beginning of this video, But you have to see all the sitting guys to understand why I made this guy. Got a little sitting alien here. And then I will admit I don't know if I'm right. I looked things up on the internet. I believe this is called a pram, though. And I know what a pram is. I'm just not sure if he calls it a pram. Leave a comment. Let me know. I don't know anything about this. I just know he's cute. And that this was a super fun mod. By the time you see this video, this will be out on my Instagram, and it's a free mod. You just have to buy one of the sitting guy patterns, and then you can modify it to look like this. And so then he has his little hangout area. So that's everything I crocheted in the month of April. I hope that you enjoyed looking at all these projects with me, and I will see you in next week's video. Great to hang out with you, and I'll see you next time.